Yes, hello and welcome to this Sunday school. And we welcome everyone. Yes, hello and
The
welcome
newcomers
to
are
this
especially welcome.
Sunday school. But of course, and if you've been here before,
We
you know
welcome
what's going
everyone.
on.
This
Yes,
is
hello and
the
welcome
newcomers
to
are
opportunity this
especially welcome
Sunday
for you
school.
to
But of
grow
course,
your business
and if you've been here
and
before,
to
you
we
know
welcome
what's going
everyone.
on
Yes,
with
this is
yourself. Hello and
the
welcome
newcomers
personal
too.
development and to help others to start developing themselves. And every Sunday we do this, and I know some of you are traveling, and it won't be a problem because you can always listen to this after it's recorded. So let's get started. Today's subject is preparation is opportunity. And you remember that we talked about that human beings, that will say, you who are listening to this right now, you're designed for success. Your whole being is designed for to succeed, not the opposite. Sometimes you can um, walk into that trap that believe that you're not designed for success. But I'm telling you, you are. There's also, if you ask people, most everyone wants to have a better life, or they want to do more, be more, have material success and travel and have a better life. So everyone wants to be successful. So why isn't everyone successful? Well, that's the questions we answer here at Sunday school. So because success is predictable, you can you can measure, and you can take a look at a person's life and say, yeah, that person's going to be successful, or no, he or she is not going to be successful, according to what they do, what they read, and how they think. So therefore also failure is predictable. And the last thing that we should remember, you should take these notes and write them down, because these are fundamentals. And that is, everything in life is designed and operating by laws. Okay? So if we take a look at three ways that people live their life, and this is just not to point out to anyone, because this is not a competition who is better than the other person, because we're on different levels in life. So this is not to embarrass someone, or to point out that um, you're not as good as your neighbor. But these are measurements. You can use them, and you can see where you are, you can see where other people are, and this is how people live their life. Number one, a lot of people live in survival mode. So that means that they live from paycheck to paycheck, because they haven't got the mindset yet, you know, that is not the way to live. And it isn't. I'm telling you. And those are maybe 80% of the population on this planet. They live from paycheck to paycheck, or they don't even have a paycheck. They live in survival mode. Number two, it's a little bit better in Maslow's success pyramid. You take a step up, and that's security mode. So they realized that, okay, I have to have a little bit of, you know, some financial situation, like some finances stashed away, or, you know, some savings in the bank, but they still is not free. They live in security mode. You know, everything is security. They don't take any chances, and they live in security mode. And then the third way is to live in a surplus mode. What does that mean? Well, you who are here, you are probably leaving your security mode, going into surplus mode. And a surplus mode is where you realize that everything is operating by laws. You realize that you can't get something for nothing. You always have to put something in to get something out. There are no free lunch. You realize that you have to set goals, and you have to educate yourself, because if you want change, you got to change. So surplus mode is where the successful people hanging out in that mode. Okay. So this is just a measurement of one way of putting it. So we will see here later in this webinar, you know, where it comes to. Okay. This is so important, because a lot of people, they don't realize that everything operate by laws. So they have this mindset of that, yeah, you know, but he was so lucky, you know, he did this and he did that, and blah 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 blah. But luck has nothing to do with it. And I'm not talking about the people who inherit wealth, or they win in a lottery, or because that's not real success. Luck is where opportunity meets preparation. Wow, what do we mean by that? We mean that a person that is had prepared him or herself by doing certain stuff, then opportunity will show up. And that what people call luck. Oh, he was so lucky. No, he wasn't lucky. He was prepared. When the opportunity showed up, he was already prepared. So what is this preparedness? Well, there can be thousands of things. But listen, if you everything starts with that you realize that your situation needs to change, okay? So maybe you prepare yourself by hanging around with other successful people, or you starting to realize that, well, maybe I should listen to them because they seem happy, they seem like they have stuff that I want. That's one way of prepare. You hang around with the winners. Another way to prepare is you read books, or you are at webinars and educate yourself, like this one, Sunday school. That's a preparation. And then people say, well, when does that stop? Never. This is something you do the whole life. Your life is a journey, and it never stops. So you can prepare yourself by educating yourself. You can prepare yourself by um, getting the right information. If you, like, in this industry, there are promotions that are released. So if you are there and you are close to the information, so you get updated what's going on, then you are prepared when the promotion is released. That's one way of being prepared. So luck is only when people are prepared, opportunity shows up. That is what people call luck. So some people, they prepare themselves, they read successful books, they read books about successful people, they read biographies, or you know self-help books or motivational stuff, and they listen to stuff, and they go to seminars to prepare themselves. So when opportunity shows up, bam. And that is what people consider luck. So luck has nothing to do with it. There's no such thing. But your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. So the people who are not successful, or the people who, the expression, they hang out with beer drinking buddies. So don't misunderstand me. I'm not against drinking beers. It's just an expression that tells you, if you hang out with beer drinking buddies and take advice from them, uh, and being lazy and not, preparing yourself for your success, well, then success won't come. But for the people who have a desire, a burning desire, they don't want to live like they do right now. They want to change. They want to have something better in life. Then something happens, because that's a decision that you have to make. And you have to help people understand that that's the decision they have to make. So this is actually so true, that people are as happy as they make up their mind to be, because our feelings comes from our thinking. So if you have bad feelings, bad emotions, you've been thinking wrong, because you can't, there's no other way. Feelings are not something that are, in the air and then all of a sudden it attacks you and you get a feeling. So you create your feelings, you create your emotions. Emotions and feelings comes from thinking, from the thinking in the now, but also from the thinking that you did years ago. That's why the expression of the love is always in the eyes of the beholder. So we have to understand that no one is going to change our lives. We have to change our lives. And that is the same for everyone. It's a hard and tough nut to swallow, but that's the way it is. And here it is for you that haven't seen this before. Maybe this is the first time. This is just a great example that shows the meaning of life. So the guy who made this up, his name was Maslow. He did a self-actualization pyramid, or pyramid of success. He called it the meaning of life. He was thinking a lot about, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? And he came up with an extraordinary, smart, easy way to understand that we all are here to move up. We're not victims of a situation, or well, I was born in that country, so that's why I can't be successful. That's wrong. Everyone can change. Because if there are successful people in your country or in your neighborhood, that means that you can do it. Because if they did it, you can do it. Simple as that. But Maslow said the meaning of life is to grow, to grow as a human being. And when you grow, you automatically move up, because if you want to have more, you got to be more. If you want to change something, you got to change. You got to change the way you think, the way you do stuff, the way you take action, and all that. So so uh, and it's connected to the self image that we have of ourselves that can change. So I'm not going to go deep into this one today, but if you knew, this is actually a easy way to understand that you're here to grow, you're here to change, you're here to educate yourself, you're here to get more information so you can become more. When you become more, then you can have more. Okay. And the thing is that for most people, they're not willing to change in good times. And life is like this. It's so ironic because it takes sadness to know happiness, you know? So you appreciate happiness more because you had a tough period and you're moving into a better period in life, and you can measure yourself. And everything has, the coin has two sides. And that's where we can get our inspiration and motivation and make our decisions, that we know that life has been tough. That's why we also appreciate stuff. And the people who doesn't appreciate stuff are the people who get stuff for free because they don't know how to put work into something, how to spend hours and grinding stuff and educating themselves and doing stuff, taking action. So you see that what I'm telling you is true, because you can't get something for nothing, because if you do, you won't appreciate it as much as if you have to pay for it. Everything has a price. My mentor told me from the early beginning, Peter, you got to realize that nothing is for free. Everything has a price tag on it. So either you pay it with blood, sweat, and tears, or either you pay it with, action, or with money. So there always is a price to pay. There's no such thing as free stuff. So people are as happy as they make their mind to up to be. And action is what separates the successful people from not successful. So let's make an easy example. How many people do you think was invited to this Sunday school webinar, and they went like, well, I've been to that a couple of times, and it's always the same things. It's not the same things. Never. It's never ever the same things. Some things pop up every Sunday school, but it's never the same. So they have a bad attitude about learning, and they don't take action. You know, I'm telling you, the first one couple of things I learned was shut up and show up, dress up and show up. When you show up, stuff will happen. When you don't show up, stuff will not happen. So action is what separates successful people from the not successful. So why are the not successful people? Why do they not show up? Well, there is a lot of ideas that they got wrong. They have been programmed with the wrong thinking. First of all, if they think that they can get something for nothing, you know, they believe they can stay home and just watching TV, and someday they are gonna be lucky. Someday luck is gonna come into the door, and it won't. I'm telling you, it won't. That's not how it works. That's why most people stay in the lower levels in Maslow's pyramid. They stay down there and they never move, because as easy it is to succeed, as easy it is not to succeed. And prosperity comes from following laws, not from taking shortcuts. Prosperity, to be prosper, you can look that word up in a dictionary. To be prosper comes from following those laws that we are talking about here on Sunday school every Sunday. And what are those laws? Well, they here every Sunday. You just have to find them. You have to be here and listening, and then you will realize, wow, that's a law. I can give you a hint. Um, what you sow is what you reap. That's a principle. And one of those major principles, laws, is that nothing will move in any direction if it doesn't know where it's going. So you gotta have a carrot. You gotta move something. Uh, a, a car engine doesn't move without gas. A car engine, because it's an explosive explosion takes place in the engine of the gas that you put in, and the engine moves. So you got to put some gas into your life, and that is goals. And people know where they're going. Where are they going? Nowhere. So the successful people are the ones who set goals, and that's why they are successful. Simple as that. They know where they're going. They have a plan, because you can't make a plan if you don't know where you're going. So first you got to have goals. That's the first criteria. You got to set some goals down. Write them down. And this is not a goal setting session, so we're not go through everything with goal setting, but this is just to show that what we started with, that luck is where opportunity meets preparation, or preparation meets opportunity. So one way of prepare yourself for the success that's coming your way is to set goals. And for the new people who hasn't been here very often, you know, make it simple. This is what I do myself. You can set goals in many ways, but I put them down in three simple ways, because those are the most important um, areas of life where most people can realize that they want to change. And that is material goals, financial, and social. And you understand material, there's cars and watches and houses and stuff that you buy. And financial is money that you save in a savings account, you invest some money, or you buy Bitcoin, or and social is, you want to maybe associate, you want to learn to know certain people, or you want to be better in your community, or a better family, father, mother, or you want to, whatever. Social is, you can be better, you can be better in everything. And just an easy reminder, this is how people prepare themselves. They have short-term goals, they have long-term goals. It needs to be a time frame. If it's not a time frame, it's just a wish. Everyone wish they were rich, Everyone wish, that Santa Claus brought them whatever. But this has nothing to do with wishful thinking. This is, you are the captain on your ship. You are putting down stuff on a list, and when you do that, when an opportunity shows up, you're prepared. So you write them down, you have a time frame, and then you read your goals frequently for yourself. One suggestion: every night when you go, before you go to bed, you read your goals. So your subconscious know when you wake up in the morning where you're going, and you know where you're going. So this is, you heard this sentence because I mention it a lot. Why do I do that? Because I think repetition is a mother of skill, but also there's so many sides of this saying. There's no change without action, okay? And it's so true. Most people want to be successful. We talked about that. Most people want to have a better life, but they're lazy, and they postpone stuff. They um, they put up with stuff, or they say, "Oh, I do that next week," or "I take care of that another day," or they have excuses, and so on and so on. That's why they don't change. That's why their lives doesn't change. They have the wrong thinking. And a lot of people don't realize that everything has delay on it. It's like stuff that you did, stuff that you reap today, you did months ago, maybe 3, 6, 7, 8 months ago. Stuff that you reap today is what you did months ago, good and bad. If it's bad stuff's happening, you planted those seeds months ago. Some stuff happens immediately, but most stuff, there's a delay. So results is always a product of what people did. So in your team, with the people you work with, or in your family, or with your kids, change is not instant. Nothing is instant gratification. That's also a myth that the losers are believing in. Instant gratification. There's no such thing. And that is why you need to work on yourself, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Inspect what you expect, follow up your goals, follow up your goals, and follow up the people you work with, their goals, and ask them, so what happened last month? Did you reach your goals? And they're gonna stare at you with a stare, look at their face, go like, maybe they didn't have any goals, so that's why they didn't succeed. Maybe they didn't write them down. Maybe they took a shortcut because they didn't put an end date to their goals down. You know how people do? They try to take shortcuts in life all the time. They're cheating, and there's no success in that. You got to be disciplined. You got to take charge of your life. It's your life. And we all have, stuff on the negative side, stuff that we need to get rid of, habits, old bad habits. So know your different, know your bad habits, know your, but don't let them master you. Face them, face the fear. And that is discipline in action. Face the fear. If you go in, if you go into action and you take action with stuff, you do it. So right after this webinar, you do the stuff that we've been talking about. So listen now, I'm going to end here with a really great thing. So we started with this luck, where people say that other people are lucky. Oh, he was so lucky, he earned 1 million, or he did that, he has that car, he live in that house. Oh, he has just luck. And I'm telling you, there's no such thing. It's just someone was prepared and the opportunity showed up. So listen to this. The people who came prepared to this webinar, they were not, they planned to be here. Listen to this. They sat down with a piece of paper and a pen and took notes. Or, maybe they recorded it, or they listened to it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times after this is over. That's preparation. That's the people who will become successful. They come prepared and they leave prepared, and opportunity shows up. So if you're thinking of quitting, quit being lazy, quit being negative, quit making excuses for yourself. That's what you need to quit. And if you do that, the best of your life will be the rest of your life. Because you're not who you think you are. You are who you think you are. Guys, see you next Sunday. Be blessed, prosper, happy, joyous, and free. But most of all, free.